This is just a few MCQs on a topic called as days of supply. To start with, a first MCQ. I want all of you to participate. Nothing great about it. It's just, in my view, simple MCQ, which sometimes confirms your understanding. MCQ, first MCQ. Which of the following supplies involves movement of which of the following supply involves movement of goods is an interstate supply? Location of supplier is in Andhra Pradesh and place of supply is in Tamil Nadu. Location of supplier is in Tamil Nadu, place of supply Tamil Nadu. Location of supplier in Kerala, place of supply Andhra Pradesh. So, or none of the above. We have given three iterations. Among the three iterations, we have to select what is going to be a intra-state supply. Intra, a careful word over here. In my view, one of the simplest question. About 10 of you answered, all of you all right. Okay, I do understand. I can smell your voice. Sir, is like this and all question will come. Would recommend you to go and see your last question paper, which is technically your December 2019 question paper. See that question paper and come and discuss with me, preferably if you are a CME student. If you are a CS student, see the June 2019 question paper and come and answer, discuss with me. If you are a CS student, then verify your May 2019 paper and discuss with me. Questions are all either direct lifted questions or questions which are not at the level of final itself. One step earlier, which put it in a different way, somebody would have read till 10th standard and what was asked is 8th standard, 7th standard level. In fact, questions like this. We can't underestimate the mood of an examiner. Okay, sometimes he asks us questions in a different way. Sometimes he asks. A lot of you answered it as B. B would be the right answer. When location of supplier and place of supply is going to be in the same state, then yes, no doubt, it is going to be a intra-state supply. Place of supply in case of installation of an elevator. Question number 2, MCQ 2. Place of supply in case of elevator 2, where address of the recipient is mentioned or where address of the recipient is mentioned or delivery of elevator is taken, where the installation of elevator is taken place, where the movement of elevator commences from supply. Look, a lot of you are all answering. I'm happy. This gives me two kind of confidence. One, a lot of you are all getting right. So base is all set well. Lakshmi Shruti. Okay. Often, no, this enjoyment not last long time. Lakshmi Shruti, check your answer. But for it, I never found anybody. All of you, whoever answered, all of your answers are all true. Okay. When it comes to place of supply in case of installation of elevator, the place where the installation of the elevator is taken place. For 2, answer would be C. The place where it is installed, that would become place of supply. Followed by, we will take up the next question. I'm sure all of you are able to get connected to the respective reasoning associated with it. Third MCQ. Place of supply of food taken on board at Mumbai for an aircraft departing from Mumbai to Chennai via Hyderabad. Address of the aircraft carrier mentioned in the in the invoice of the supplier, Mumbai, Chennai, Hyderabad. Till now, whoever answered, all of you are all right. Okay. You all started applying these sections meticulously. So it can be considered as a review. Ganapati Subramaniam D. Kindly check, I think a text error. Answer is right. A text error, I believe, in selecting the MCQ. Okay. So Vaishnavi K, check your answer. Vaishnavi. Sorry, Vaishnavi. That's the influence of the previous person. Sorry, you are right. Influence of previous person. You are right. You are right. Uh, one, uh, MCQ 3. MCQ 3. You want to lead us somewhere. Good, good. A lot of you are coming with reasoning. Some of you started coming with reasoning. In case of goods taken on board of a conveyance, the place where the goods taken on board, that would become place of supply. And all of you have answered it right. Purpose of me calling out a name was just a data entry error. MCQ number 4. In case of any ambiguity where place of supply of goods cannot be determined as provided in IGST Act, who will determine the place of supply? I'm not sure. First 3 questions will be tested in exam. I would definitely recommend from a final level, this is the question that will be tested in exam. This straightaway addresses you on 2 sections. Let me share it to you, that section. Maybe you can 10 subsection 2 and 13 subsection 13. 13 subsection 13 and 10 subsection 2 straightaway addresses this point, where in case of any ambiguity, if place of supply cannot be determined as per the given data, then how place of supply can be determined? A. Central government on the recommendations of GST Council. Central government suo moto can decide. State government suo moto can decide. Central government and state government on the recommendations of GST Council. D. Followed by E. In any other manner as may be prescribed. Now for MCQ 4, assume for a moment, let's generally assume for a moment, a place of supply as per that 5 subclauses for goods cannot be determined. Place of supply in an international market cannot be determined as per the clauses given there, 12 clauses, 13 clauses actually, first 12 clauses. Now, in case if it cannot be determined, how it can be determined? It is central government in consultation with GST Council, central government suo moto, state government suo moto, or state and central government in consultation with GST Council. How it has to happen? You all will have your own thoughts. I'm waiting for your thoughts to get settled down. Then I'll share the answers. Maybe if you see once, no, you'll get that. Many times we have not exposed so meticulously. Sometimes some of the question will take us to a meticulous point. This is a clear meticulous point on a particular discussion. Because if we rely on a general answer, okay, the general answer would be little different. That is the reason why we have to step in step into a specific answer. Yes. A lot of you are all answering. I get a mixed response. As I already told, this question it's a dilly dally question. It is often, if you go by a general practice, you'll get caught. You have to be little more specific. 10 subsection 2 will come out and highlight. It would be done in the manner prescribed. See, usually it is state government and central government in consultation with GST Council. Okay. Don't think IGST law, so suo moto central government. See, under GST, no decisions can be suo moto taken by central government and state government. It is central government in consultation with GST Council. In SGST Act, they will write. In CGST Act, sorry. In SGST Act, they will say state government in consultation with GST Council. In CGST Act, they will say central government in consultation with GST Council. So a general understanding you can have state and central government with GST Council. This is how many decisions will be done. But more particularly, 10 subsection 2 made a point that if in case it cannot be determined as per the above clauses, it will be determined in a particular manner. So our answer would be 4E. A few of you got it right. Let me repeat. I'm not sure if you could able to collect it from your understanding, your earlier revisions. Could be Shweta Mohan got it right, and one more person I got. So Lakshmi Shruti got it right. Tenmuri got it right. A few of you, Kirtana got it right. So directly on the dot. But a lot of us went by maybe a general understanding. Maybe we would have not pressed much intent. If you can honestly ask me, as a student, I will not press. But unfortunately, this was one of your examples. Understand final level where they test and all. So you all know, but it's just duty to highlight. Place of supply of services for DTH by Airtel Private Limited, located in Delhi, to customer in Patna. So it's a DTH services. In case of DTH services, MCQ number 5, I'm sure your screens will be divided and shown to you. Place of supply will be what? It is a DTH payment receipt. DTH payment receipt. Yes, I've received 5 answers. All 5 are through correct. So it's a simple question. See, some of the questions are little simple. Treat it as a revision of your complete place of supply discussion. We have been discussing place of supply over the last 4 sessions. This is the 5th session. Of course, it's an expected one. An investment of 10 hours is required because a topic worth 8 marks from an exam perspective, we are not going to invest at least 10 hours, including the practical discussion. We are not providing justice to certain topics. Quick. Yes. That's all. Why such difficult? As part of telecom services, we would have discussed. Ganapati, can you check your answer? Balaji, yes. Can you check your answer? The place of supply will be the place where the DTH device is installed. Recollect. In case of fixed landline, in case of certain other items, the place where the asset is installed. When it comes to DTH services, they need that satellite receiver. The place where that equipment is installed, that would become place of supply. Yes. XYZ Limited, a company based out of Bangalore, awards online maintenance contract of its services located in Mumbai office to Y Inc., a company based out at the USA. And as per the terms of the online maintenance, X Inc. shall require to perform regular maintenance from USA using internet, the place of supply. One small request: read this as Y Inc. Don't read it as X Inc. It's a errata in your what is it question. It has to be read as Y Inc. It has to be read as Y Inc. It should not be read as X Inc. So XYZ, a company based out in Bangalore, awards an online maintenance contract of its servers located in Bombay office to YINC, a company based out of USA. And as per the terms of the online maintenance, Y Inc. Don't read it as X Inc. Y Inc. shall be required to perform regular maintenance from USA using internet. The place of supply is Bangalore, Mumbai, USA. Your question appeared in exam. Come, I want correct answer. A few of you answered till now, all of you are right. Okay. See, this is a core testing. I can test it as an MCQ. I can also test it as a scenario question. Core, core testing using a particular principle. Quick. Only 4 of you have answered. Ambika, check your answer. Lakshmi Shruti, check your answer. Ambika, Lakshmi Shruti, check your answer. But for it, otherwise, till now, whoever answered, all of you are right. Quick. Come on. I'm not getting even half of the crowd present responses. That is very bad. I'm sorry. Janani, check your answer. Janani, check your answer. By this time, various thoughts will go into your head. Location of supplier, location of recipient. So you will zero in on whether section 12 applicable or 13 applicable. If in case section 12 applicable, you will go in that way. If in case section 13 applicable, then you will go in that way. If in case it is 13 applicable, if you were to conclude, then what kind of service? Having arrived at that subsection, whether it is immovable property based, event based, performance based, transportation of goods, transportation of passengers, specific services, having arrived at that number, then in that section, what are the subconditions? Based on that, arrive your answer. Though it looks as a MCQ, a logic and a thought pattern should go only like this. And if it goes only, we will get the right answer, which will be Mumbai. Section 13, subsection 3 comes out and highlights to us, in case of any services where the physical presence of the goods are made available by the recipient to the supplier of service, the place where the service is performed, that would be place of supply. In case any services provided through online or electronic means, the place where the asset is located, the place where the asset is located, that would become place of supply. So in our discussion, the place where the asset is located is Bombay office. Bombay office will become place of supply. That is your reasoning. See how it can help you. Question number 7. Mr. Y, residing in Ahmedabad, appoints an architect in Delhi to provide Indian traditional home design for his proposed construction at Los Angeles. The place of supply of service is Los Angeles, Ahmedabad, Delhi. Appeared in exam. Question number 7. Make yourself comfortable. Mr. Y, residing in residing in Ahmedabad, appoints an architect in Delhi to provide Indian traditional home design for his proposed construction at Los Angeles. See, வேணும்ட்டேன்னு இப்படி யாராவது பண்ணுவாங்களா அப்படின்னு நீங்க யோசிப்பீங்க. கணேஷ் பிரபு பண்ணுவான். அதே மாதிரி எக்ஸாமினரும் பண்ணுவான். வேணும்ட்டேன்னு தேவையில்லாத தாட்டை, தேவையில்லாத பேட்டர்னை இன்வோக் பண்றது. இங்க தேவையில்லாத ஒரு பேட்டர்னை நான் இன்வோக் பண்ணியிருக்கேன். அது உங்களுக்கு தெரியாது. குட்ஸ் பார்த்த போது தெரியாது. சர்வீஸ்ல வேணும்ட்டேன்னு ஏதாவது ஒன்று பண்ணுவேன். ஓகே சார், அப்படின்னா சார் வேணும்ட்டேன்னு எங்களை வெறுப்பேற்றுறீங்க. இந்த கொஸ்டினுக்கு ஆன்சர் பண்ணி விடுங்க. ஐ எம் கெட்டிங் மிக்ஸ்ட் ஆன்சர்ஸ். அதுக்கப்புறம் நான் வேணும்ட்டேன்னு என்ன பண்ணியிருக்கேன்னு சொல்றேன். And this question was already appeared in exam as a 2-mark question, just for your information, as a descriptive 2-mark question. I converted it into an MCQ. Gayatri, I'll rephrase it. This time if I go by calling of name, it will be a little difficult for me. Vishnu Prasad, Kirtana, Deepak P, Nandini Anbukaras are alone right. Rest all of us went wrong. Let me repeat. Rest all of us went wrong. The called 4 names alone are right. Now, let me highlight here. First, ask this question. Where is your supplier located? In fact, you should ask this question. Who is your supplier? Mr. Y is your supplier or architect is your supplier? Answer that. Who is your recipient? Answer that. Where is your supplier located? Where is your recipient located? And then decide whether section 12 or section 13. I only want, but for those 4 called names, all of us to highlight, this is a section or this is an MCQ will be covered by section 12 or section 13. Quick. Section 12 or 13. I know some of you gave reasoning itself on 13. 12 or 13. Recollect for a minute. Why MCQ are dangerous? We are saying is this is what? MCQ are dangerous because unless and otherwise you don't see. If all those 4 of us got the answer by choice, I am happy. Got the answer by chance, I am extremely sorry. Sweta Manivanan, kindly check. Location of your supplier is architect. He is stationed at Delhi. Location of recipient is Mr. Y, who is stationed at Ahmedabad, Gujarat. Location of supplier and location of recipient, both of them are in India. Then section is section 12. In section 12, sir, immovable property means the place where it is intended to be located. That and all is right. In case if the immovable property is located outside India, then the location of recipient will be place of supply. See, mark my word, this would be there in the presentation also, but it would be at the fag end of the presentation. Okay, let me repeat it. This we have discussed, this is there in the presentation, I know, but it would be at the fag end of the presentation. As a last line, it will be, in case if immovable property is located outside India, place of supply will be the place where the location of recipient will become place of supply. Now understand how meticulously he tests you. He verbatim tests you on section 13, subsection 3, on its second proviso. If you need to write a descriptive question, you need to be pointed to that level. Understand? That is why we call it as an expert level learning. Otherwise, we will not know it. And let me honestly share with you why a lot of you went directly to Los Angeles without considering all this is because influence from previous question. Previous question answer was from a section 13 perspective. So immediately, we never did all those basic tests. We saw immovable property, we saw Los Angeles, we concluded. Honestly, say to me, we concluded like that only. It's a typical brain will process like this. We don't want a typical brain, we want an analytical brain. An analytical brain will read through everything and process with its content in a particular way only. வேணும்ட்டேன்னு தான் 13 வச்சுட்டு அடுத்தது 12 வச்சேன். வேணும்ட்டேன்னு இது ஆக்சுவலா உள்டால வரணும். நியாயமா ஆர்டர் படி போனோம் அப்படின்னா நான் வந்து 12 தான் வச்சிருக்கணும். 13 வச்சுட்டு 12 வைக்கிறதோட திருட்டுத்தனமே இதுதான். உள்ள ட்ராப் கிரியேட் பண்ணி வச்சாச்சு. பேப்பர் வில் நாட் பி டஃப். பேப்பர் வில் பி இன் பிளேயிங் இன் யோர் சைக்காலஜி. பக்கா சைக்காலஜிக்கல் கேம். Ask the question on different model, then come back. Unfortunately, we learned it little early. Because of we learned it little early, we understood every question is independent. Independently, everything has to be analyzed. Make yourself a lot more comfortable. In my view, there will be nothing which is unknown to you. I'm honestly sharing, for this kind of preparation, there should be nothing unknown to you. The only challenge that we have over here is, are we meticulously concentrating on that aspect? That's going to be a real challenge for all of us. Are we meticulously concentrating on this aspect? Honestly, say me, when this slide was presented to you, how many of you noticed the last point? Check the last point. This question has appeared earlier. This question has appeared as an MCQ. This question has appeared as if location of immovable property is outside India, place of supply will be location of recipient. Just to test you on this point. Why? Because this is a second proviso. First proviso to this will be relating to anchoring of ship, all that and all. If a ship is, because ship is also used, houseboat and all we have. I think we discussed that point. So make yourself comfortable. So for your question number 7, answer would be the place where the recipient is located, Ahmedabad. Okay, all those 4 of you got it by choice or chance. If you are feeling it, you can text to me so that I'll get. This is one of your standard exam questions. Let me repeat. It's a clear standard exam question. This is the level at which it has been expected and consciously placed between your mind 13 and then 12. Okay. If you get that right, this should get right. If that goes wrong, this should also go wrong. Idea is that's all. Beyond that, nothing great associated with it. Coming back here. MCQ number 8. If MSC Shipping Company Limited, located in Chennai, charges ocean freight for transportation of goods to California for a customer located in Delhi, the place of supply of service will be Chennai, California, Delhi. MSC Shipping Company located in Chennai charges ocean freight for transportation of goods to California for a customer located in Delhi. Yeah, சும்மாவே இருக்க மாட்டேயா. Amended, what I can do? I cannot do anything. If there is an amendment, I should ask it. And because that will be tested in exam. That's all. வாழ்க்கை ஒரு லெவல்ல நல்லா இருக்கும், கேம் ஒரு லெவல்ல நல்லா இருக்கும். அடுத்த லெவல் போகும்போது When the level of the game rises, the challenges also rises. Tenmozhi, check your answer. Sorry, Tenmozhi. One minute. No. Deepak, check your answer. Deepak, check your answer. Vishnu Prasad, check your answer. Vaishnavi K, check your answer. Sai Subramaniam, check your answer. Rest all whoever answered or right till now. Quick. This is your exam question, amended version of the question. Be very clear. Then don't come out and ask me how a scenario question will be, exam question will be. I will remove the option, then it is a situation question. If I give the option, then it becomes an MCQ. That's all. Okay. When I remove the options, I want to add some more points to make it a little elaborate question. By mentioning some value and mentioning and asking you what is the nature of supply. That's all. Beyond that, nothing. Quick. Sai Subramaniam, revised answer is true. Correct. Kirtana, check your answer. Sorry, Kritika, check your answer. Kirti, check your answer. Balaji. Balaji, Adebri Balaji. Okay. Understood. No, not. Balaji is not. It would be your California. We have a recent amendment which came sometime in January 2019 that if supplier and recipient in India, place of supply outside India, then the place where the goods goes, that would become place of supply. So make yourself comfortable. We have discussed about this provision when we discussed. Supplier is in India, recipient is in India, then the place outside India, the place where the goods are going to go, that will become place of supply. So in our case, it is going to be answer B. Hope you all were able to appreciate that. எனக்கு தெரிஞ்சு இந்த லெவல்ல டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணா போதும். சுத்தி எல்லாம் இதுக்குள்ள தான் இருக்கு. Okay, so it's only it should strike to us, and if you carefully note, these are all finer points in that discussion. Because if it is going to be Maharashtra port, if it is going to be Andhra port, if some other Vizag port, if words like that is given, it is no charm. Location of recipient is place of supply. But when a foreign place given alone, again a mind will now get wander. Is it section 12 or is it section 13? Idea of MCQ, you can take it up over here. But again, in a scenario question, some people will write California as answer, but the whole deliberation, they'll make it on section 13. I'm sorry, section 13 cannot be invoked at all here. Your supplier, MSC Shipping, Chennai, Tamil Nadu, Your recipient, customer is in Delhi. So location of supplier, location of recipient, both of them are in the same state. Section 12 alone is applicable. Come back here. We'll take up last few questions that we have, but another 6 questions we have on this topic to close, to get into the further discussions on some more practical problems. MCQ. The place of supply of goods is the location of the goods at the time at which the movement of goods dash for delivery to the recipient. In my view, the easiest question. Okay, I don't find any challenge at all. Okay. A very pointed word is being expected from you. That pointed word is what required here. That pointed word, when we could able to remember, then yes, no doubt it will be terminates. A lot of you are all right. A very simple question. We'll quickly step into the next question. The place where the movement terminates. When the goods or services are supplied on board of a conveyance, such as vessel, aircraft, train, motor vehicle, the place of supply is. The place of supply is. Good. Good. Murray, can you check the answer? We are discussing this from a goods perspective. If you carefully note, in fact, for that purpose only we discuss it. It is discussed from a goods perspective. Place of supply is the place where the goods are when goods or services are supplied. Because from a service perspective, your answer would be different. From a goods perspective, your answer will be different. That is why this question itself is important. See, here you will have 2 answers. From a goods perspective, the answer would be the place of supply is a place where the goods are taken on board. When service perspective, the answer would be the first scheduled point of departure. You have to write both the answers, because for goods answer is different, service answer is different. Okay, it's not goods or services, we have a single answer. It's 2 different answers we have, and both answers has to be highlighted. A person from Delhi, MCQ 11, the MCQ which appeared in CS. A person from Delhi goes to Kulu Manali and takes some services from ICICI Bank in Manali, Himachal Pradesh, Manali. Place of supply of such services, if it is not linked to the account of a person, is dash. If the service is linked to account of the person, the place of supply will be dash. A nice MCQ. MCQ like this sets certain standards for our learning itself. A person from Delhi goes to Kulu Manali and he uses the ICICI Bank services in Manali. Yes. What is going to be the place of supply? Quick. Why so much silent? I'm surprised about the silence. Quick. That tough. That's why I appeared in exam. Vaishnavi, both answers are right. Balaji, you came up with one answer. One more answer is pending. If the service is provided to a person is not an account holder, what is place of supply? If the service is provided to a person who is an account holder, what is the place of supply? Yes. Sai Subramaniam, you are right with your provision, but we want answer here, which is place of supply. We want places here. Vaishnavi, your answer is true. Vivekanandan, answer is true. Shweta Mohan, answer is true. Okay. Balaji, your revised answer is true. Tenmuri, can you check the order? Tenmuri, can you check the order? In some order you typed the answer. Is it that order or a different order? I want to know. Ambika, again, your provision understanding is okay, but you want to answer, Ambika. Sai Subramaniam, your answer is right. Kirtana, can you revisit your answer? Deepak, answer is true. Ambika, answer is true. See, here as a question number 11, I want only places. I do agree with you. If it is a scenario question, you can give that description. See, understand, MCQ scenario questions are all not great. One is given for 1 mark, one is given for 3 marks. Extra more information will come, extra more data will come. Ganapati, answer is true. Good, 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 good. Unregistered person from Gurgaon travels by Jet Airways flight from from Mumbai to Delhi and gets its travel insurance done in Mumbai, the place of supply of insurance service. வெறுப்பேத்தணும்னா இப்படிதான் வெறுப்பேத்தணும். ஓகே, நேரா போயிட்டு லெஃப்ட்ல இண்டிகேட்டர் போட்டு ரைட்ல கையை போட்டுட்டு நேரையே போயிடுறது. Unregistered person from Gurgaon travels by Jet Airways flight from Mumbai to Delhi and gets its travel insurance done in Mumbai, the place of supply of services. You have to give the answer straight away. I'm sorry, because of fill up the blanks. MCQ ஆன்சர்லாம் கொடுக்க மாட்டோம். அப்படி உங்களுக்கு MCQ தான் வேணும்னா எழுதிக்கோங்க. குர்கான், மும்பை, டெல்லி, none of the above. My dear, be very clear. Be very, very clear. The question is on what? Kindly be very clear. If the question is on travels by Jet Airways flight or the question is on insurance, is the first test. Based on that, you decide which should be applied. Some of you told Mumbai, some of you told Gurgaon. This is a question on insurance services. And gets his travel insurance done in Mumbai. In Mumbai, there is a travel insurance company. When that travel insurance company takes up the insurance of travel, they'll ask, who are you? So and so. Give me your address proof, so and so. In case of insurance services, location of recipient is going to be your place of supply. So if he is a registered person, that registered person's location. If he is an unregistered person, then that unregistered person's location will become place of supply. Understood? Yes. So, place of supply for the said activity, I'm sorry, it will not be Mumbai. It will be only your Gurugram. But understand why all this comes up as questions. Thirteen. Yeah, Shweta. Be it registered person, be it unregistered person, there is no change in the call. Both of them, it is going to be location of recipient. It's only a classification we have. It's location of recipient. See, when you're going to take insurance, basic KYC is done. Let's see, advantage of telecom, insurance, and banking. There is a KYC done. Once a KYC is done, there is something called as address on record. Address on record means address available with the supplier of service. That will become the basis for determining place of service. Okay? What will be the place of supply if the goods are delivered by the supplier to a person on the directions of a third person? The place of supply of such goods will be location where the good starts from delivery. The place of supply of such goods will be the location where the goods are terminated for delivery. The place of supply of such goods would be the principal place of business of the third person. None of the above. A, B, C, D. Whoever answered till now, all of you are all answered it carefully. The goodsல ஒரு அபரிவிதமான பயங்கரமான கண்ட்ரோல் உங்கள்கிட்ட இருக்கு. சர்வீஸ் வரும்போது அது லைட்டா ஷேக் ஆகுது. வைஷ்ணவி கே, செக் யுவர் ஆன்சர். ஓகே, ஒரு பயங்கரமான கண்ட்ரோல் குட்ஸ்ல இருக்கு. அது ஏன்னு எனக்கு தெரியல. ஓகே, பட் சர்வீசஸ் வரும்போது அப்படியே அது லைட்டா ஷேக் ஆகுது. I think a lot of us has to be equipped more on services. What will be the place of supply if goods are delivered as per the instructions of a third person? The principal place of business of third person. That would be the place. Real estate agent in Jaipur charges brokerage fee to Messrs. Resning Private Limited, located in Chandigarh, for assistance in getting a commercial property in Mumbai, which is the place of supply. Nice question. I would not say it's challenging question at all. Nice question. Real estate agent is in Jaipur. Company is in Chhattisgarh. Property is in Mumbai. What would be place of supply? Quick. These are all settled questions. For this, we should not take time at all. ஒரு போக்கில் ஆன்சர் எழுதிட்டு போகிறது. இதெல்லாம் கொஸ்டின் பேப்பர்ல வந்ததுன்னா that day you should be elated. Vaishnavi K. Check your answer. Vaishnavi K, check your answer. Deepak, check your answer. The rest all are true. A lot of you have answered, all of you. It is the place where the immovable property is located, including real estate agent services. Mr. Varun, a resident from Kochi, conducts a training for employees of Infosys Limited, being a registered person under GST based out in Bangalore at a resort in Leh Ladakh. The place of supply of service in this case is Bangalore, Kochi, Leh Ladakh. Mr. Varun, a resident from Kochi, Kerala, conducts some training services for its employees, for Infosys employees. Infosys is a company which is registered. Bangalore, Kochi, Leh Ladakh. Ramya, can you check your answer? Hari Prakash. Yes, Hari Prakash, can you check your answer? Shweta Manivannan, can you check your answer? கீர்த்தனா மூணுமே அமிச்சிங்கன்னா ரெண்டு பிளேஸ் அமிச்சிங்கன்னா ஐயோ ஏதோ ஒன்று தாங்க இருக்க முடியும். பவித்ரா செக் யுவர் ஆன்சர். கீர்த்தனா செக் யுவர் ஆன்சர். இந்த கேள்விக்கு பாருங்க, இந்த கேள்வி ஸ்பெசிபிக் கேள்வி, இந்த கேள்வி ஓப்பன் ஹெண்டட் கேள்வி இல்லை. Kirti, no, it's not specified services. It is not covered under specified services. It is training and performance appraisal based services. In case of training and performance based appraisal services, if the services are provided to a registered person, place of supply is your location of registered person. In case services are provided to unregistered person, the place where the services are performed. So answer would be A. A lot of you got it A, but again a few of you got confused with performance based services. That was the challenge which resulted in getting up a different answer. It is to a registered person, location of such person. If it is unregistered person only, you will go to the place where the person are actually. So why should I come to section 12? That question is very simple, both supplier and recipient. Generally, no. This MCQ is not shareable mode. It's only for discussion mode. For assessment, it will be done here. It will not be shared because it is going to form part of a database which is going to be done for MCQ testing. So this is just for your consumption over here only. It is not in a shareable mode. A little copyrighted content. So because this data goes to a particular bank which is going to be virtually created online. So that is why. 1 minute. Before me moving forward. How many of you all got all 15 right? Anybody? All 15 through? 12 to 14. In other words, only one question went wrong or two questions went wrong. Good, good, good. 9 to 11. Anybody? 9 to 11. Anybody? Which means about starting from 8 questions went wrong. 50-50 here. See, to me, without any revision, to me, without anything, suddenly when we step into some discussions and when we conclude, it requires an effort level. That's all. If you are in 12 to 14 bracket, you assess yourself. Maybe effort level is not much required. Broadly, thoughts are settled. Maybe at 9 to 11, a little more effort level is required to revise it. Maybe you can take up a weekend. You can take that. My only suggestion is revise it because these topics are all down core bottom topics. Part A topics is always your fulcrum of the discussion because part B discussions will be largely procedural. Let me repeat. By and large, it's a procedural topic. Majority of the case study questions often grounds only on part A. When I technically I do understand in a registration question also I can take up a case study, but I can make a good case study with a lot of intricacies in part A discussion or part B discussion. I would definitely make a better case study in part A discussion because every topic is intertwined. I can test you starting from supply ending with ITC in one single thread, in one one case study question. So, or one scenario question. So, because it is so much intertwined, the topics always gains its momentum. Good. So let's come back here for another question to be discussed. SSK Limited is engaged in shipbuilding and maintenance services. In their Kochi yard in Kerala, they have repaired a ship Cayman belongs to name of the ship, okay, which belongs to a company in Hong Kong. The cost of cost of maintenance service is 7,50,000. The ship was imported into India for repair purposes and exported back out of. You all find it so you can understand this one, and re-exported a very simple question. There is a shipbuilding company. The shipbuilding company is located in Kerala. They get a ship which need to be repaired, and this ship which need to be repaired comes to them from Hong Kong. The whole activity was done in India, in Kerala, and after that, once it is over, the ship is sent back. What is going to be place of supply? Yes. Quick, quick. What is going to be place of supply? How are we going to proceed on this? How are we going to decide? No doubt, ship and all is goods. Okay. Be very clear on that. Ship is a goods. Place of supply will be Vivekanandan. Can you check the answer? Ambika, nice answer. Others also answered it right. Vivekanandan. Whomever answered as of now on that, Vivekanandan, check your answer. Rest all are true. Yes. Quick. Only 6 of you have answered. Quick. Place of supply. That's all. No one will give you which section, which I have to refer. It's all an individual effort. You have to say this is the supplier, this is the recipient. Supplier is here, recipient is here. So this section is applicable. Then further, because the activity is like this is the section I will refer first. And in that section, it is told like this. Quick. Okay, Shweta Manivan, we agree to your view. So what is place of supply? Sai Subramaniam answer is right. Ganapati answer is right. Location of supplier and location of recipient. We have a very specific proviso that if in case of performance based services, if goods are processed or after job work, if it is sent back without use, then section 13.8 is not applicable. Place of supply need to be determined as per the general entry as per section 13.2. Place of supply need to be determined only as per general entry. As per section 13.2, place of supply will be location of recipient, which is Hong Kong. No joke. Whatever I have highlighted it with your demarcations, all this should form part of your answer. You will first conclude why you are referring section 13. You will say that this is the supplier, this is the recipient, this fellow is here, this fellow is here. So I will use section 13. In 13, I have to do a specific test first from 13.3 to 13.13. Once that is over, only I will come here. Slept Ambika. Okay. I'm still in sleeping. 13.3 only. I'm sorry. 13.3. Slept. You're right. 13.3 is not applicable. Yes. So, can we move forward? PQR Limited, a film production house in India, conducted a pre-release program in Dubai. Now, my question is this. With the support of local event organizing company, okay, the film tickets are sorry. The event tickets are sold through online. Determine place of supply for the following transactions. A. SSP and Co. The event organizer in Delhi, SSP and Co. Event organizer in not Delhi, in Dubai was paid $50 3,000. For organizing the event. Okay. BCS uh, company in Dubai. BCS, a company in Dubai, to whom uh, immovable property rent was paid, amounting to dollars 85,000. See, sale of tickets by the company, dollars 7,50,000. Okay. I do understand a little lengthier question. You can take one after the other limbs and close this question very comfortably. This question is on a particular event. PQR Limited, a film production house in India, more specifically in Tamil Nadu, conduct a pre-release program. Okay. In fact, I've tested you only the part. There is another part to it. I'll take it up little while later. This production house organizes the event in Dubai and sells almost all the tickets through online and a little tickets through physical mode and through certain known agencies over there. Almost tickets are sold. There is no challenge in tickets because you have a attraction to come and attend on all those events in a very big way. There is an event organizing company. Let me repeat. There is an event organizing company in Dubai to whom $50,000 was paid. Okay. There is an immovable property company in Dubai who conducts the where the event is conducted. To them, $85,000 is paid by this company. Sale of tickets over there was 7.5 lakhs, and aircraft was being hired to carry all those important celebrities to that location. Okay, so this is how the whole discussion goes. Now, only for this 4 transactions. First, I want all of you to determine place of supply. If you have done that, then I will ask you a next question, which will be basically, no doubt, what is the nature of supply? Okay. First is place of supply, then is going to be nature of supply. Maybe you can split your answers as A, B, C, D, and then you can give it. So A, this is going to be my place of supply. followed by B. This is going to be my place of supply, and followed by CN. So in that way you can answer it. One of the very important case studies. So all kind of testings are done here. So you can answer it something. Quick. Try at your end. Quick, 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 quick. 3 minutes. Be back. Quick. Yes. So we have completed the place of supply. Sorry, determination of place of supply. So you know the location of supplier, you know the location of recipient, you also know the place of supply. You can conclude on your receive the first two answers. Vishnu Prasad, supplier is in outside India, recipient is in India, place of supply, place of supply is outside India. So it is intra, import of service, export of service, not an import of service, not an export of service. Do you still think 75C is applicable? When I will go to 75C, if generally the conditions of import of service or export of service is not permitted. So do you still think that? When place of supply is outside India, as per the provision, supplier, but just for your information, SSP and co alone I'm taking. Location of supplier is Dubai. Location of recipient is a production house in India. Place of supply is Dubai. Import of service, not an import of service. Only import of service alone can be treated as a deemed interstate supply. Yes or no? So to something for levy itself, it should be an import of service. Just ensure the A, the B, the both the transaction A and B is satisfying your section 2 subsection 11 definition of import of service. That's a clue there. 211, is it satisfying? Location of supplier, Dubai. Location of recipient is, again, location of supplier is Dubai, location of recipient is PQR, followed by place of supply, Dubai. Let me remind you, go back to even constitution, article 269A comes out and highlight. If it is an import of service, if it is an import of goods, it will be deemed as an interstate supply. To deem it as an interstate supply, first you should be an import of service. My fundamental test I'm asking you is it an import of service? If your answer is yes, automatically you will go to reverse charge. If your answer is no, you will simply say it is not an import of service, hence there is no reverse charge. You cannot invoke 75C is my humble view. Invoking 75C is a misinterpretation, because 75C will be applicable in a case where it is not an export of service. It is not an export of service. But if it is not an import of service, extending to 75C results illogical. Then every transaction will be brought into 75C. Okay. Whatever transaction happens between US, UK, Germany can also be brought into 75C. Come on, the transaction first it is out of India, then you ask a fundamental question. I'll ask you another question then. Which section you will use to levy? Section 7. Section 7 will talk only about import of goods or import of service. That's clue. Yes. Kirtana, it's import of service. Think about it. That's always the testing times. This question we have. This question is one of the important questions. Question A, it would not be an import of service. Supplier in Dubai, recipient in India, place of supply in Dubai. If you go back to definition of 211, supplier should be in taxable territory. Supplier should be in non-taxable territory. Recipient should be in taxable territory. Place of supply should be taxable territory. Then only RCM is applicable. Then only levy will be triggered by 5 subsection 3. Here there is no levy at all. So you can simply say it's not an import of service and conclude it there. The services provided by DCS, a company which is located in Dubai for immovable property, same point. Supplier in Dubai, recipient in India, place of supply is Dubai, again not applicable. Why? Because place of supply is Dubai. Place of supply has to be India for import of service. It's not an import of service. Followed by third, sale of tickets by the company supplier in India, recipient outside India, place of supply outside India, money received in foreign currency. How do I know? $750,000. Generally, you can assume PQR and the person who is going to come and buy those tickets, they are all cannot be merely distinct person. So with that one assumption, you can always say it's an export of service and covered by 75A. Followed by an export of service, end of the day it will become an interstate supply. Followed by D, a very simple transaction, location of supplier Delhi, location of supplier Delhi, place of supply Tamil Nadu, interstate supply. First two transaction, not an import of service. Next transaction, export of service, interstate supply. D transaction, interstate supply, not as per export of service. Interstate supply in a regular form. 7.3 interstate supply. 7.3 of GST. So that is how it gets concluded when it comes to this question. One of your important questions. Read through questions like this will trigger your understanding. I still not discussed about the performer who performed there, the sponsorer who sponsored there, and the sponsorer, performers, and two more people. The security persons over there, and one more person. It was eight limb discussion. So make yourself comfortable. This is how it has to be decided, and everything individually you have to test its applicability relating to place of supply and nature of supply. So this sums up our day's discussion. We'll do one thing at this level. We'll wind up this topic. On the next week when we meet, we will step into a topic called as valuation. Thank you all for effective engagement. Thank you.